I watched a product team freeze mid-demo recently. Their new AI assistant flagged a financial risk in a way no one expected, and the presenters simply didn't know how to respond. The room went quiet. The client asked a hard question. The team decided to pause the demo and retreated to the whiteboard. Today, we are going to build a one-page AGI fear map over the next 5 minutes. We're going to turn that exact kind of paralysis into a concrete action plan. Step 1 is setting up your workspace. Open a blank digital document right now and choose one active AI project that is currently causing you or your team anxiety. By translating a vague sense of dread into a structured, measurable format, you build a system. You avoid pausing your progress over undefined worries. Now that you have your document open, we need to translate the fog of anxiety into highly specific written scenarios. Every fear you write down requires 3 exact elements: a single-sentence trigger, a single-sentence consequence, and a severity rating from 1 to 5. Let's look at an example. Imagine you are building a recruitment tool that uses an AGI model to shortlist candidates. The trigger: the system suggests a non-traditional candidate. The consequence: this could misrepresent values, derail DE&I goals, and create legal issues. We rate it 4 out of 5. Notice the constraint. The trigger, consequence, and rating must total under 40 words. If you walk into a meeting and say you are worried about AI bias, you give your team nothing to act on. But a specific scenario about non-traditional resumes gives them a clear target. Pinning your anxiety down to a 40-word trigger strips away the vagueness. It takes the fear out of your head and prepares it to be measured. Step 2. We are going to anchor your documented fear to observable data rather than relying on subjective feelings. You need 3 things: a specific decision point, a minimal data set, and a strict go, no-go rule. Let's use a new example. You are rolling out a customer support bot that drafts empathetic responses for live chats. The trigger here is the bot occasionally proposing a policy interpretation that conflicts with your human agent guidelines. This dashboard tracks our minimal data. The green bar chart shows factual accuracy at 92%. The red line graph shows tone mismatch climbing towards 7%. Our go, no-go rule: if tone mismatch crosses 5% or escalation hits 2%, we pause for review. You cannot rely on vibes or intuition to decide when an AI project needs to stop. Setting a predetermined numerical threshold removes human panic from the equation. The data dictates the pause, not a sudden drop in confidence in the boardroom. Step 3 is taking this static document and turning it into a public, repeatable team habit. You will do this by creating a fear card message. It has 4 components: summarize the top fear, list the metric you are tracking this sprint, state your go, no-go rule, and assign a 48-hour review clock to a specific person. You then format this information into a concise update, resulting in a message that looks exactly like this. The critical requirement is that this card must be published publicly to the entire project team. A practical way to do this is by adding a 2-minute fear slot into your existing weekly team stand-up meeting. The single biggest failure point of this entire process is completing the map and then keeping it hidden on your desktop. Public accountability guarantees these metrics are actually monitored. It turns an individual's private anxiety into a shared operational safeguard. If you have followed these steps, you have successfully built your first AGI fear map. You started with an unquantifiable anxiety. Now you possess a testable trigger and a measurable threshold. Your immediate next action is to save a copy of your document in a shared team folder, categorized specifically for AGI fears. Naming the shadow allows your team to maintain progress safely. Keep tracking your metrics this week, and we will build on those numbers in the next lesson.